Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you guys how to play Amumu in the jungle in Season 11, guys. We're going to be looking at a legend. His name is Mercs. This guy is currently a 1084 LP challenger player. This guy is an absolute legend in the jungle, guys. He's currently destroying solo queue with Amumu, and trust me, Amumu is currently the most broken champion of whole League of Legends, man. This champion has the highest win rate of the entire game. So, guys, today we're going to be taking a look at this guy. I'm going to be teaching you guys a lot about Amumu as well. So with that being said, let's just get started right away. So, Amumu Jungle currently has the highest win rate of the entire game. Literally. This champion is broken. It's really broken. Anyways, for the runes that this guy specifically is using, he's going with Conqueror as the main keystone. He also takes Triumph, Tenacity, Last Stand with Revenant's Hunter, as well as Cheap Shot. Also taking 2 points into the ability power, and then 1 point into armor. He also takes the Ember Knife as the start item, together with the Revealable Potion. Honestly, guys, Amumu Jungle is just so broken. Of course, he also takes Smite, pretty much standard over the jungle. This man also likes to max out his E first, then maxes out his Q as secondary, and then also maxing out his W as last. Now, he's also currently in the Lee Sin matchup in the jungle, which is actually kind of interesting. Normally, as a Lee Sin, you could literally just walk inside the jungle against Amumu and usually fight Amumu in the early game. However, since Amumu is currently so OP, Amumu can literally 1v1 any champion in the game right now. It's just how he works. The jungle items and everything is just so overpowered for Amumu. Honestly, Lee Sin can't do anything. It's just the way how the champion works. Anyways, he's starting off with the blue buff first right here. Usually what I recommend doing as a Amumu is also dragging the blue buff towards his camp as well. So you can start both of them. It saves just a few seconds of time, but it's always worth it. Now, of course, depending on the jungle matchup that you're playing against, you obviously want to be starting off either red buff or blue buff. You don't necessarily have to start off blue buff with the Amumu, guys. You can also start off with the red buff. You can clear everything without needing the blue buff. This just really depends on what you're playing against. If you have a really bad matchup, you kind of want to swap around. Keep in mind that if you're playing against a Lee Sin in a game like this, keep in mind that he could be waiting at level 3 at the red buff, so you obviously want to kind of ward it out, or at least position yourself in a way that he's not going to be able to steal it. As you guys can see, this guy is going for a full clear, also dragging out the red buff towards the brush so that at least it can't even see it in the first place. Takes the red buff here as well. The jungle camp in the river is about to spawn very soon. As you guys can see, he's literally just going for the full clear. This is pretty good about Amumu. He can just fast clear pretty much everything. Super fast wave clear, while also getting himself ready for a gank and the river camp very soon, guys. He also takes a red trinket right at the start for ganking. Having a full clear done at 3 minutes at the start, guys, while already ganking top. Already saving top with a gank, helping out that Wukong, having an entire full clear. Now also being able to rotate towards the river camp as well, guys. You want to have a very aggressive playstyle when playing Amumu. He's completely different from what he's used to be. Mordekaiser is coming in, which is not a problem for Amumu. He can just fight for this. He also has a smite. He can just bait out for Wukong and his mid laner right now. Watch this. Completely baiting. He might actually die here though. Good flash. Okay. It's just that Wukong was really low. He was still trying to reset the lane. But this is highly favored for Amumu because Wukong, the lane is currently being pushed in towards Mordekaiser right now. Would have been much better though if Wukong could actually wave clear everything. Because now he's losing the creeps. Anyways, the first item that you want to build is going to be the Bammy Cinder. And now you guys can probably already tell what you're going to build this into. He's going to be getting the Sunfire Cape. Like, Sunfire Cape in the current like patch is so unbelievably broken. The sooner you get it, the better it is. It's just massive. This item is absolutely massive. Now, what this guy specifically likes to build as follows. He likes to go with Sunfire Aegis, also taking Demonic Embrace, and then eventually getting Negatron Cloak. This is pretty interesting. This build seems to be very, very interesting. But the Sunfire Aegis as well as the Demonic Embrace is pretty much the most important items here. You kind of want to build a Amumu in a very tanky way. The thing is that the main keystone, like the Conqueror, together with everything else, is what makes Amumu so broken currently. You can stack it up quite easily. We'll do like a lot of damage. Once again, going for like a lot of clears here. Now also looking around to kill that Leona in mid lane, guys. When you play Amumu, you just don't want to focus only on the camps, but you also want to kind of like play around your support, right? When your support roams across the map, you kind of want to like follow up your support on ganks as well, so you can outnumber. Immediately takes the kill on mid. Now kind of like warning up the top river right here. Probably looking to see like a gank in top as well. You see, guys, you kind of want to have like an aggressive kind of playstyle in the early game. You don't just want to focus on wave clear too much. I mean, on clearing out the camps too much. Generally, you also want to play like, you want to gank as much as possible. But now, as for ganking purposes, guys, keep in mind, you generally want to gank lanes that are already winning. This is the most important thing by jungle so far. You don't really want to gank lanes that are losing, right? You want to gank lanes that are obviously winning. Because if you always gank winning lanes, you can eventually dive the opponent as well. And then you can do like so much with it. You can even stop the enemy opponent from like getting the farm if your lane is already winning. You always want to, like, you know, if you're ganking a lane that is already losing, there's a pretty big chance that if you gank that lane, you might also die with it. You could be able to like fix the lane, but you might as well spend your time around lanes that are already winning, so you can push them even harder towards winning. He's just going to continue the clear right now. He needs to get that level 6. As soon as you get level 6 in the moment, you can pretty much just 1v1 anything you want. Lee Sin's currently walking up to mid, trying to like gank. Amumu is just going to continue to clear. Kind of like confused whether he should go to the blue buff or actually go on mid, but in this case, mid lane has already got the Lee Sin. So generally, in the early game with the Amumu, you simply want to focus around getting as many jungle camps as you can, while also providing ganks to the lanes that are very gankable and also, you know, are winning. Right here, as you guys can see, he's already like dragging out the two camps here together. Keep in mind that this is one way to like save a lot of seconds. So look at this. He's saving up so many seconds because he also forced the two camps to like auto himself for his E. So bot lane is a lane which is definitely worth ganking because Astral can jump on them quite easily. The support has a lot of CC too. So ganking bot lane is a very good option here, right? Generally, like I've mentioned before, you want to gank lanes that are easy to gank, but also they need to provide some kind of CC to make it even easier, right? You want to gank lanes that can actually provide you something, right? So if you have something like a Camille top lane, you obviously want to gank that lane because Camille has that ultimate that can help you gank, you know? This is like a kind of like a general rule of jungling. Now that bot lane is actually going quite well, like a gank was just done, right? A gank was made. As soon as Amumu gets that back soon, he can just go bot lane again, walk down bot lane, play really aggressive around Lee Sin, and then also gank like bot lane over and over again. He now has a choice whether he goes top or bot lane. Immediately taking down that first item, Sunfire Aegis, guys. This item is absolutely massive on this champion right now. It's just massive. This item is just way too broken. Any kind of champion that builds it right now is just broken, but Amumu specifically is just the best. Immediately goes back top lane, ganking that Wukong because Mordekaiser is honestly pretty easy to gank. Also, Quinn and Lee Sin are here as well. Trying to like back them up. Look at the amount of damage that Amumu does. Takes down the Mordekaiser as well. The amount of pressure from Amumu here is just insane. He gets to clear the camps way too fast. Ganks top lane. He barely takes any damage from the opponents while doing like an insane amount of damage. And also ganking bot lane and successfully getting kills there as well. Completely stopping the enemy jungler from potentially getting the river camps as well. He just takes them all. This is generally like how you want to play Amumu, guys. With really good macro play, understanding of the game, while combining that with a champion like Amumu who currently has the highest win rate, is just he just becomes unstoppable. Going for another full clear again. Keep in mind, you know, the clear of Amumu is just insane at the moment. He just goes from like gold on Servet to the raids within seconds. He currently sees Lee Sin on bot lane. He tries to look to see if he can actually like counter gank that. First of all, he's like taking down the wards using the red trinket. The enemy team has absolutely no idea what Amumu is doing right now because of this. Sees the Lee Sin walking down to mid lane, and Amumu is just waiting for it to see when Lee Sin will gank. He calculates where the enemy jungler is going to be so he can counter gank that. This macro play makes this champion so broken. Walking through the enemy jungle, also taking the camp, but also trying to see if he can take that Leona down, but she's actually running away. At this stage of the game, Amumu is currently level 9, while Lee Sin is currently level 7. So, the best thing that Amumu could do right now is taking down as many jungle camps from the enemy jungler as possible, while, you know, providing pressure, constantly ganking lanes that are already winning, so he can keep pushing them ahead. He's currently taking the golem, so Lee Sin won't be able to get that one anymore. Getting the dragon right now is the best thing to do. It would actually be pretty good if he had red trinket, but Lee Sin walked into the direction of the blue buff. You see, guys, Amumu is already 3-0-4. His farm is absolutely incredible if you compare that to the one of Lee Sin. He just clears like so unbelievably fast. Before going back to base, Amumu has the choice to like gank bot lane here. As you guys can see, he's going for the gank. He sees an opportunity, guys, and keep in mind, with a support like this, having so much CC, he can just walk in and kill them. He barely takes any damage while having that Conqueror like just completely stacked. He just doesn't take any damage anymore. Using the Q to like kind of like gap close. Still doesn't get the Leona though because his Q is on quota now. It is already 14 minutes in the game. He's already standing like 5-0. Just doesn't take any damage anymore. Continues to like wave clear right now. I mean, taking the jungle camps. He could take like a few more camps before he goes back to base. There's currently nothing really to do around the map. Wukong's like farming top lane, doesn't really need anything. Mid lane is not really anything to do. Bot lane is nothing to do either, so he can just clear out all the jungle camps and then backboard afterwards. He will be able to like buy like an instant item very soon, guys. Able to take this one as well. Oh, he wanted to take the rep off, but it was stolen. The Lee Sin is definitely... he hasn't just got a chance to do anything at all. I think Amumu could even... Okay, this is an interesting moment, because I think that Amumu could just literally Q on Mordekaiser and just beat him after. Yeah. Amumu just doesn't receive any damage at all. Nearly takes down a Mordekaiser by his own. This is also very informative for me, guys. Not gonna lie here. Seeing the highest win rate champion in action right here, in certain situations that I haven't seen yet. It's really interesting to see. He currently has so much gold to spend. He can buy an entire item instantly. Look at this. So he's getting the sunfire cape, immediately buying the demonics embrace afterwards. This thing gives AP, HP. Honestly, I haven't really built this yet. Dealing ability damage burns enemies for 1.2% max health magic damage every 4 seconds. You gain 10 armor magic resist. Okay. Yeah, that Leona is probably just completely giving up at some point now. Completely getting destroyed by everybody. Pretty much all that's left to do beyond this point is having the team to pressure or at least push an entire wave, right? So the most ideal thing would be having the Wukong split the side lanes and then having like 4 people either force the Baron or turrets. For instance, right now we have 2 people on bot lane. It'd be pretty great if Amumu actually went bot lane himself right now together with Ezreal and just completely push the entire lane. Look at this. Amumu is just going 1v4. This is like pretty much the limits of the champion. Okay, he goes down here. Honestly, I'm really amazed with how strong it is. Okay, here we go again. He can finish his item right now. He can finish the next the boots here. Oh. He's currently not moving at all. Oh, there we go. Okay, he's buying a Negatron cloak for the extra magic resist against our team. Since they have like a Mordekaiser, which is AP, they have a Swain, which is also AP. Lee Sin doesn't really do any damage anymore because, I mean, he's pretty far behind. Leona also doesn't really do anything, and Quinn is not an issue to begin with. So the sooner, like, these two are pretty much the core items. The Sunfire Cape with the Demonics Embrace is pretty much what you want to go for mainly in all your games. Whatever comes afterwards is kind of situational. In this case, like going magic resist, buying like these items are pretty much the best to go for. Mordekaiser and Swain are pretty much the most huge in their team. Immediately taking down these two guys. This game is completely carried by Amumu so far. Takes down the Q on the Lee Sin. I think he's just going to get away though. Takes him down as well. So literally the only thing left to do beyond like this point right now is having the team to push down mid. As soon as they get inhibitor, getting the dragon, moving down bot lane, getting the turret as well as the inhibitor, and simply push down like every lane. The Baron is also spawning within like 30 seconds from now. As soon as they get the dragon, they get the mid inhib. They can also just like group up, instantly take the Baron, and then rotate towards top and get all the turrets as well. Pretty much the only thing that's left to do right now, just, you know, not being able to throw is that. He goes out for like a few more jungle camps. Like the Baron is spawning very soon. There isn't really that much to do besides just farming right now. The mid and hip has already been taken. Let me look at that. The blue buff just resetting. All that needs to be done now is just to backport, get the new items, then move up to Baron, and that's it. Could take down the next camp as well. You could probably just rotate towards the Baron even without backporting. Wukong has teleport now up as well, so he can just split bot lane while these guys can just start off the Baron. Is fighting for the Baron. Just waiting, like, I don't really understand why, but like the rest of the team is not even taking the Baron. It's just Amumu just completely 1v1ing it. Here you can clearly tell, guys, Amumu can literally 1v1 the Baron almost on his own. Just take a look at that, guys. Amumu is that strong. Just 1v1ing the Baron. That's just incredible, man. That's just incredible. All they have to do now is just simply push top and then end the game. One Amumu ultimate is enough to destroy their entire team. Takes him down very fast. He's pretty low. I don't think he's gonna die here. You just gotta be safe. As you guys can see, the way how he, the fact that Amumu can clear camps that quickly is insane. And together with really good macro and just understanding of the game in general, and you know, ganking everything, you can do a lot with this champion. Anyways, once again, for the build, this guy is running Sunfire Cape, Demonic Embrace, taking down the Negatron Cloak, finishing the boost later, probably getting Ninja Tabis, or I mean, play the steelcaps or mercs. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much the build of Amumu. Thank you for watching today. If you guys want to see like the, let me know like what champion you would like to see next, and also and I'll look forward to creating it. Anyway, don't forget to check out about my live stream, guys. Streaming like 6 times a week myself. If you want to see challenging games, don't forget to check out my stream, guys. But anyway, thank you for watching today, and I'll catch you guys up in the next one. Peace.